Top of it, top of it, top of it. It's your boy, Coach One Stack, man. We at it. Good morning. On our way to 50K. We're going to hit 50K today, man. Because y'all going to comment and like this. You're going to comment on this video. You're going to like this video. And you definitely going to subscribe to the channel, man, when I drop this video about how Ja Rule and Diddy's freak tape has gotten leaked, y'all. See, hey, man. Hey. See, what y'all forget is one person name that you have not heard in quite a long time, and it's Ja Rule. And for those of y'all unfamiliar, man, y'all could go look through some of my earlier videos that I've made about Ja Rule and P. Diddy. And you can also check out Gene Deal. So let me get straight to it and how it goes, y'all. See, Gene Deal one night, Gene Deal and Diddy were at an adult bookstore. Y'all been to the adult bookstore, you know, where you get your lube, your Astroglide, your little things you might need for the night. But this particular time, when Diddy was with Gene Deal going to that adult bookstore, you know, Gene Deal said that Diddy, you know, told him, hey, man, give me a little space. He wanted a little privacy. Hey, man, give me a little space. Stop getting all up on me. And he said Diddy reached up on the top shelf and he put some things in a cart. Okay? And then he went on about his business. Now, they said that night that Diddy paid for those things and gave the person at the counter $100 to say that, hey, you've never seen me here. But the thing is, when Gene Deal looked at what was on the top of that shelf, what Diddy pulled off there, he pulled out not one, not two, but 3 plugs that go right up inside of you back there, right? 3 plugs. Now, later that night, Gene Deal and a rapper and 2 women, right? And that rapper's name is Ja Rule, y'all. So it was Diddy, Gene Deal, Ja Rule, and 2 ladies at a hotel suite. Now, Diddy and Ja Rule went into the bedroom with these 2 ladies. And Diddy told Gene Deal not under any circumstances, and I mean under any circumstances, do not let nobody into this room, y'all. Don't let nobody into this room. Well, hey, a few minutes into the session, and whatever was going on in the room, because we didn't know at the time, but whatever was going on in the room must have been mighty important, because Ja Rule's cousin had been calling him and he wouldn't answer the phone. So he knew where Ja Rule was at, so he came to the suite. Gene Deal told him, hey man, can't nobody go in that room. And as Ja Rule's cousin tried to rush past Gene Deal to get inside of that room, hey, it was a commotion, and guess who pops out the room? Diddy and Ja Rule with the towels on. Just like, you know, Diddy had on when he did what he did to Cassie in that hallway, they had their towels on. And Ja Rule, I quote, says, and this is not allegedly, Ja Rule quotes, he says, hey man, you don't want to go up in there. Man, there's some freaky stuff going on in that room. But here's the deal, y'all ain't catch what I just said. He had 3 plugs that night. Well, you know one of them wasn't for him because Diddy don't need one. So what were the 3 plugs for? Ja Rule and the 2 ladies. See, because what you don't know, during that time, you know, Ja Rule was really hanging on to P. Diddy, and P. Diddy was grooming Ja Rule to be passed around to Jay-Z. Can you dig what I'm saying? Little slit, you see his type, little small guys in stature, you know, buff, abs, stuff like that, man. Other men are attracted to stuff like that. And see, since that happened, y'all, and y'all know I'm gonna show y'all a video. You ain't even gotta chill. Make sure you stay to the end. You know I'm gonna show y'all a good video to prove all of this stuff. Man, you know, Ja Rule has been real quiet since he went to the Feds. And one thing he's scared of 50 Cent, because 50 Cent ends people's careers just as in this one. But now Ja Rule has spoken up since this Diddy documentary that came out on Netflix calling 50 Cent a snitch and this, that, and the third. But Ja Rule, you seem a little way too involved for a man, you know, for another man. Why would you care if 50 Cent made a documentary about Diddy? See, a lot of these men, they have feelings for Diddy. Why? Because Diddy done been to that special place. He done been to that special place, the Garden of Eden, the Sugar Shack, which is in these men's back. Can you dig what I'm saying? But let me tell you what Ja Rule had to say about it.
may prefer brother love.
So Ja Rule is losing it right now, and not just because 50 Cent checked Diddy in his new Netflix doc. He's raging because 50 allegedly leaked something far worse, a secret freak-off tape linking Ja Rule and Diddy. The moment 50's docu-series dropped, Ja Rule went nuclear online, calling 50 a snitch, a rat, an abuser, anything he could throw to distract from the real problem. Because according to insiders, 50 didn't just expose Diddy, he exposed Ja too, and that's got him standing in the middle of a career-ending scandal.
A career-ending scandal, y'all.
I what I want, and it built it free. Hi, my name is Mia, and I've been creating software for
It all started with 50 dropping his Netflix docu-series, Sean Combs, The Reckoning. Now 50 went all out, securing his hands on never-before-seen footage of Combs and testimonies from Diddy's inner circle.
The exclusive video
Please make sure you watch to the
Netflix
end.
shows Combs
It's gonna get
debating with
interesting.
his lawyers about strategy. Listen to me. I'm gonna get off the phone right now, and I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution.
I feel like I need to watch. Like I'm dirt. That was. It should show you his character.
Most fans love 50 for checking Diddy like that. But Ja Rule, he wasn't happy. Instead, he was pissed. And he made sure to let 50 and the internet know all about it on social media. For starters, he called 50 a snitch, saying, N-man always telling on somebody. Old dry snitch ass N-man. You rat, always have been, always will be a rat. Used car salesman suit wearing, field goal nose having, Herman Munster head N-word. In another tweet, he questioned 50's motives for making the documentary in the first place. Let's be real, that N-man D-gaff about the victims, we all know why he did the doc. Herman's a cancer to the culture. If he cares so much, then donate the profits to charities for domestic violence. Even after all that, Ja still wasn't done. For his next move, he dug up 50's violent past, writing, Herman's no different, allegedly. Along with a news article talking about how 50 attacked his baby mama, Daphne Joy, in 2013. He also called out the public's double standard. It's cool when he do it. It's a problem when I do it. Bah, Herman an abuser too, allegedly. Interestingly, Ja Rule's not the only one with his panties in a bunch over the docu-series. Diddy wasn't a huge fan of having his personal footage stolen for views either. He had his team release this statement to discredit the documentary. Netflix is plainly desperate to sensationalize every minute of Mr. Combs' life without regard for truth in order to capitalize on a never-ending media frenzy. If Netflix cared about truth or about Mr. Combs' legal rights, it would not be ripping private footage out of context, including conversations with his lawyers that were never intended for public viewing. Apparently, he also tried to have the entire thing pulled from Netflix right before its release. Now, Diddy trying to get the footage removed makes a lot of sense, but Ja Rule, his reaction seems a little out of the pocket to fans, and they've been checking him for it.
Very much giving me the family that likes to protect that weird uncle instead of protecting the people who he's harming. Ja Rule took to the internet to say this about 50 Cent, calling him a snitch. I just think it's weird that you feel like this is snitching. It's like y'all do know that if he didn't do these horrible things, that there would be nothing to talk about. And this is what I'm saying. It very much is given that a lot of y'all was at the Diddy parties doing what the Diddy Diddler was doing, and now y'all are upset because it's all coming out.
But of course, Ja's been defensive, telling fans that he's not condoning Diddy's behavior, only highlighting 50's hypocrisy. But newsflash, no one's buying it. Fans suspect something else. And here's the kicker, everyone might be on the right track. According to sources close to Ja, he's actually losing it because there's an industry-shattering freak-off tape going around starring him and Diddy. Yeah, turns out Ja was one of Diddy's boy toys, and 50's got the receipts. So Ja's crashed out over the documentary. It's actually because he's going crazy worrying about 50's gonna release next. And no, it's not exactly the craziest allegation out there, because Diddy's right-hand man, Gene Deal, spilled the tea about Ja and Diddy going at it in the bedroom a long time ago. He once saw Diddy buy plugs from a store.
At one point, he picked up some things from up here on my left side. And then he picked like quite a few of them down. I'm like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there, and I looked up there, and it said, hot plugs. And I was like, hey, yo.
Later, he brought the plugs over to a hotel room he was sharing with a man and a girl on the same day.
This rapper and him, they all in the room together. You know, it's Sarah, the girl, Puff, and this rapper.
Gene left the three alone to do their business until a man claiming to be the rapper's cousin showed up. He tried to enter the room, and that's when Gene had to show him his place. Obviously, there was a commotion, and guess who popped out of the room? It was none other than Ja Rule with Diddy in a towel.
Puff and Ja Rule runs out the room. Puff got his towel, Ja grabbing his towel, but they butt the naked. And so then Ja was like, yo, what's going on? Yo, Gene, that's my cousin. He know me well. You know, and Puff's like, yo, Gene, what happened?
But how do people know Gene's standing on business and not spinning stories for the spotlight? Well, this is where Ja Rule's wife comes in. A couple of years ago, Aisha Atkin actually exposed Ja for leaving her for a man. Homegirl left nothing back when she sat down for her interview with MTV. We spent 10 plus years building our marriage, but it only took him 2 to decide he'd rather suck a bleep than be with his wife. Sounds mean, but Atkin had every reason to be mad. Her husband was sentenced to 2 years in jail for a gun charge and released in 2013. But instead of running back into the arms of his wife, he jumped into bed with his cellmate. He returned home all right to get his shit and leave, is what Aisha said. Now that's a betrayal that Aisha couldn't bury. But how does that tie into Ja's current situation? Well, fans think if he was willing to get into bed with his cellmate, he probably bent over for Diddy too. That could explain the sympathies Ja had for Diddy when he got locked up.
Diddy Coops. What's your take on what's happening with him?
You know, it's another black man in this industry going through some unfortunate, circumstances. And so, I wish him luck as well with everything he's going through.
Honestly, between Ja blasting 50 for exposing Diddy and him sympathizing with the music mogul, fans are fully convinced the two of them had something going on. One person wrote, "He def took you shopping." Meanwhile, another person wrote, "Ja Rule, we get that you don't like 50 Cent, but you still haven't explained why you and Diddy were in the same room in your towels with baby oil, plugs, and Lord knows what else." As for whether 50's got the right to call out Diddy and Ja, well, most fans think it's not about that.
And I keep seeing a lot of people say that 50 Cent is Diddy in a different font. And listen, I'm not here to say that 50 Cent is the best person in the world. That is not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that if 50 Cent were really that bad, someone would go ahead and produce a documentary like the one he produced about Diddy.
And that's why, at the end of the day, Ja Rule can call 50 every name in the book, but the internet isn't buying it. It's clear that he's terrified that 50's doc is only the beginning. Because if 50 really does have that freak-off tape with Diddy, Ja's not just defending Diddy, he's defending himself. The only question is Ja ready to share a prison cell with Diddy?
I recently purchased the most popular glucose meter online and decided to test it with you.
Now, see, that's the thing, man. Ja Rule ain't ready to share no prison cell with Diddy. And for those of y'all who didn't know, yes, Ja Rule was in there, man, getting groomed some time ago by Diddy so he can get passed along to Jay-Z. Guys, it's an epidemic going on in this world right now, just so you know, with the down low man. And this is where a lot of my channel is going, because in the younger generation are getting together, and and they get on this social media, they get in these chat rooms, and they don't care that somebody sees them wearing a dress. They don't really care about how the older people feel about them. But the older men, once you get your 30s, 40s, and 50s that are now doing this down low behavior, you gotta ask why. Like, why all of a sudden? And a lot of it has to do with having low testosterone. And what do I mean by that? I'm gonna tell you why. A man with low testosterone, he gets to the point where he can't perform down there, right? Well, once you get into that anal cavity, it causes you to have some pleasure. And so this is why a lot of these older men are now going to the other side and going to the rainbow community, because they want to be stimulated. And, like TD Jakes being a power bottom, that's what the ketamine is for. The ketamine is for so they don't feel anything back there while they're engaging, And now, since they did these things with one person, they want to keep it a secret, the older man. But I got a whole live and video about that right there, because that's going to be a lot of stuff on the channel, because that's what's going on in the world. And that's what Coach wants to talk about. That's my niche, y'all. I created my own. You dig? No editing, ex-law enforcement, ex-street, delivered by the grace of God from 9 years ago, and giving you my perspective on what's going on in the world with any situation. So guys, if y'all like this raw content, man, hit the subscribe button, smash that notification bell, and make sure you guys hit the like button. Y'all not smashing that like button like you should, and I know y'all like it. Hit some comments. Talk to me. I like talking back and getting feedback from my subscribers. I like talking to y'all in the comments. It just lets me know, where I should be going with the channel, if I'm doing a good job, or some things I can improve on, and feel free to send me some links so I can make content about it. Other than that, you know the rest. Be blessed. Don't ever get stressed. Make sure you're getting finessed and getting plenty of rest. And make sure you stay at the adult bookstore getting plugs for your man, church.